Hey guys, so this tutorial is a super simple 4-color eyeshadow look that really anybody can achieve with colors that most people have within their collection. You don't have to use the exact ones that I'm using. But to start off with, I always moisturize my face with the Faced Hangover RX primer, and then I'm just going to follow that up with the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Vanishing Primer. Next, I'm going to go in with the Bobbi Brown lip primer to moisturize my lips so I can apply lipstick nice and smooth later. Now I'm just going to use the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin foundation. I couldn't find the shade that this is, but I know it's a pretty fair shade. And then sadly I didn't have much of the product left, so I'm going to pair that with the Maybelline Me Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 128. And I'm just going to add a single drop of the Josie Maran light Argon oil. I've just recently started adding oil to my foundations, and it has made the most amazing difference in the application of the foundation. But I'm just going to mix it all together and apply the extra with my finger and blend it in with my Sigma F80 Kabuki brush. Now I'm just going to use the NYX Dark Circle Corrector. I'm using the shades Light and Dark. I accidentally bought the dark one, so I tone it down by using the light shade, and once I mix them together, it kind of gives the perfect shade for my skin. And I'm just going to use a Morphe S4 brush to apply the corrector under my eyes. And then I'm going to use a Beauty blender to blend it into my skin nice and seamlessly. And next I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla, and I'm going to apply this in a triangular formation under my eyes, down my chin, and on my forehead, and then eventually you will see me just put it around my nose as well. And then once again I'm just going to use the Beauty Blender to blend it nice and seamlessly into the skin. Once I have all of that blended in nicely, I'm going to spray the NYX Matte Finishing Spray all over to set the cream products. And once that is dry, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade Light palette by mixing the two lightest shades and set everywhere that I applied concealer. Once I have everything nice and blended in, I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm just using a Morphe powder brush. I don't remember the name offhand, but I will put it in the description below. And then next I'm going to be using the Too Faced bronzer in Chocolate Soleil, and I'm just going to bronze my face to add some extra dimension. I'm not going to contour, except for down my nose. I do a slight contour. Since I broke my nose a few years ago, I always contour it to make it appear straighter. And I'm just using a bronzing brush from Walmart. I have no idea what the name of it is, but as far as my nose goes, I'm using the NARS Ita brush to contour down my nose. For blush, I'm using NARS Lovejoy, and I'm going to apply it to the apples of my cheeks and up my cheekbones. Then I'm going to use that same bronzing brush and blend everything together for a more natural effect. Next I'm going to use Hourglass highlighter in the shade Luminous Lights. I'm going to apply it to the tops of my cheekbones, my forehead, down my nose, and my cupid's bow. I really like this highlighter because it's pretty subtle and it gives just a really natural kind of glow from within, so I really like that. Now it's time for the star of the show. I'm going to be using this Lorac Pro Mega 2 palette, and I'm only going to be using 4 colors in it, but as you can see, there are so many possibilities within this palette. It was a great purchase. And I've already done my brows off camera, so we'll be skipping that part. But first I'm going to apply the shade Tawny to the entire lid area, and I'm doing this with a MAC 224 blending brush. This is my absolute favorite blending brush ever. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Burlap. This is kind of like a darker tan shade, a little bit darker than the tawny shade. And I'm just going to apply it in the crease area and outer corner only. And I'm doing this with a Sigma E25 blending brush. Next, I'm going to be using the shade Sandstone. It's a very pretty gray-brown shimmer shade. And I'm going to apply it to the inner portion of my eyelid by using a MAC 242 shader brush. This is an awesome little brush to kind of just really get in there in the inner portion of your eye, and it's also really good for applying pigments. So I love this brush. But then I'm going to go back in with my MAC 224 blending brush and just kind of blend everything together so it's nice and seamless and there are no harsh lines anywhere. Lastly, I'm going to go in with the shade Prosecco, I think is how it's called, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to put this as kind of like my brow highlight shade. It's really pretty and it does have a slight shimmer, but if you use just enough it won't come off as kind of crazy. But it's really pretty, I really like it. And then once again, I'm going to go back in with that MAC blending brush and blend it all together. Well, there are a lot of MAC brushes in this. I didn't even do that on purpose. But next, I'm going to go in with the Ardency and Modster Kohl Liner pencil to line my upper waterline. And then I'm going to actually set that liner with the black shade in the shadow palette. I found that if I don't set my waterline shadows, they will be down my face in like 10 minutes. So this is the only way that I can keep it on for any longer than like 20 minutes. But then I'm going to go ahead and take the Black Track Gel Liner by MAC to line my lids and give that iconic wing look. I don't know what I just said there. But I'm going to do that with a MAC 210 Precise Liner brush. I'm sorry that I'm out of frame so much while I'm doing this, but the camera fell out of the angle that I had it in, and I was having such a hard time recording this that I just kind of went with it. But then I'm going to take that same Prosecco shade, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, and apply it to the inner corners of my eye. Once again, I am out of frame while I do this. I am so sorry, but bear with me, it gets better. Next, I'm going to take the CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom Mascara to coat my lashes and prepare them for falsies. And speaking of the falsies, my camera died just as I was putting them on, so sorry, but once again, this tutorial skips the falsie application. But I promise I will have an eyeliner and false eyelash application video coming very, very soon. And then lastly, for my lips, I'm going to line them with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade 1993. And then I'm going to top that off with the NARS Cruella lipstick. And that's it, guys. This is just a super simple, quick, and easy look. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more looks just like this one and so much more. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!